After a few trips to Korea, I've compiled a list of restaurants, cafes, and bars I visited in Seoul and Incheon. I hope that this can act as a travel and food guide on places to visit and Korean foods to try out. Located on the foothills of Namsan, Komfortabel is a cafe on the 4th floor of the Korean fragrance brand Grand Han. The cafe itself is spacious and overlooks a panoramic city view. It's a relaxing place that's perfect for a coffee catch-up with friends. I came across Grand Han a few years ago in Bukchon, and the store's welcoming fragrance drew me in. They also offer stamping of initials and names for a personal touch, which makes it the perfect gift to bring back home. Nearby stands Haebangchon, one of the oldest neighborhoods in Seoul. Jamsugyo-jip is a restaurant specializing in kunnaeng samgyeopsal, which are thin slices of frozen pork belly. This place was so good, and all the different side dishes and condiments to pair with the pork made everything even better. To finish off the meal, don't forget to order their fried rice that's topped with a fried egg and a hearty bowl of cheonggukjang. Within Haebangchon is Hangang Art Market, a historical marketplace from the 1950s that has been urbanized and remodeled into an ambient hangout spot with a vintage yet artsy vibe. My favorite cafe there has got to be Upstanding Coffee, a small 3-floored cafe that's perfect for a morning coffee run. Inspired by shops in Korea selling banchan or side dishes, 푸드이슈 applied this concept to their own store to offer customers a taste into food from different parts of the world. Haebang공원 is a cafe within Hangang Art Market that's worth a visit during sunset for a picturesque rooftop atmosphere. The neighborhood itself is also worth taking a walk around, with many hidden cafes, bars, and iconic views of Seoul. As for a night view of Seoul, Hangang Park is a place that I can never get tired of. I stopped for a snack break while changing trains at Gongdeok station. The fish cake, warm odeng broth, and freshly rolled gimbap is always so satisfying to eat. Nari is a restaurant in Hannamdong that's also famous for frozen pork belly. We went later in the evening after a concert, and so we were luckily able to avoid the long lines I've seen when coming across this place in the past. For a pocha drinking atmosphere, I visited Hannamya시장 and tried hagfish for the first time. It has a crunchy yet chewy texture with a strong fishy aftertaste. We finished the night off with a hearty serving of hangover soup and more soju. We had Gamjatang, a pork bone soup that's simmered with vegetables until the broth has a rich and slightly spicy kick, with of course fried rice to top everything all off. Yongridan-gil is another area close by next to Yongsan station, famous amongst foodies. Here we went to Yukhoegwan BLACK. Although known for its yukhoe, all the other dishes we ordered were so good, especially the seafood tteokbokki. So this is a place I definitely want to revisit. Second stop was at Pimek, which stands for pizza and beer, before heading over to Pachinko, a cozy yet vintage Japanese bar that's blasting city pop. Over at Hongdae, we headed over to a yakitori spot, which had such a good vibe. Head over earlier and try to get a spot by the counter to see the yakitori being grilled up close. My favorites were the grilled chicken thigh with leek, the grilled wings, and sukne. From there, we walked over to Yeonnamdong, where the sleek interior of Mija Salon caught our eye. Next to Yeonnamdong is Yeonhuidong, another neighborhood with a bunch of nice restaurants and cafes. This time, I visited Komijong for Hanjeongshik, which is a traditional Korean full-course meal. The restaurant's homey atmosphere, side dishes, and 간장게장 or marinated crab was all so good. Next door stands Da Palo, a gelato store serving small batches of homemade gelato each day. Another area I visited in autumn was Gyeongbokgung. During these autumn months, the palace is open for visits at night, where entry is free if you're dressed in a hanbok. The night scenery of Gyeongbokgung was absolutely stunning and something that you should see with your own eyes. On the west of the palace is Seochon, a place that I visited for the cafes in my previous vlogs. Our restaurant of choice was Sejongmaul Chicken for chicken and beer, serving traditional style Korean fried chicken, well-seasoned fries, and its special dipping sauce. Mutual Sound Club is a kitschy vinyl bar, hidden on the third floor of a building within the neighborhood. Another bar to visit is Bar Pong, recommended to me by employees from the nearby and popular Bar Cham, perfect for those that like fruit-based cocktails. MMS, which stands for Malt and Masterpiece, serves unique cocktails and beer that's brewed in-house. Its tranquil interior makes for a relaxing, quiet evening. Ujiro is another place that I visited in my previous vlog for dinner. This time, I stopped by a vintage cafe called Coffee Hanjakbang. Hidden in the narrow back alleyways of Ujiro, they specialize in drip coffee, and everything from the vibe to the quality of coffee served was amazing. It was a place that I had to come back to. Mansan-Hoppu is one of the most well-known and largest pubs in that area. It's a place for draft beer and famous for its garlic fried chicken. My favorite though was the nakjibokkeum, which is stir-fried octopus with noodles. Second spot of the night was Gochiro for highball and yakitori, before ending the night at a vinyl bar I visited in the past. What I love about Ujiro is the old-school soul vibe that you get here in most of the places that you visit. Gamjatang is home to one of the largest meat markets in Korea and is a good place if you want high-quality Hanwoo beef at reasonable prices. I mean, you can't go wrong with this, and so I have nothing to say besides that it was so good that I went back again on a different trip. A new area I visited for the first time was Mullae-dong. Originally an area with many steel factories, people began to open up cafes and restaurants here over time, making it another spot that fuses old and new Seoul in a very artsy way. My lunch stop was Konmamala. From the nostalgic taste of its dishes to its cozy interior, the restaurant gives off a feeling of having a home-cooked meal. Pyeonghwa, translating to peace, is a tranquil cafe with dark wooden interior. Like its name, having coffee here was very calming. The last spot we visited in that area was Rust Bakery. Previously a factory, it's now a spacious bakery that sells a large variety of breads, pastries, and cakes. I'm glad I didn't come here with an empty stomach because the aroma of the freshly baked bread that filled the whole cafe was so hard to resist. Another park that's worth a visit is Seonyudo Park. Despite it being the weekend, the park was not too busy and had a laid-back atmosphere. Heading over to Incheon, we had seafood kalguksu. Located near Incheon Airport, I heard that this restaurant has either moved or is no longer at this location. But if I ever find it again, I would love to go back. The seafood was fresh and the noodles were so satisfying to eat. Their kimchi was also something that I keep thinking of until today, and having it with the kalguksu was the perfect combination. Dongyang Bakery Cafe is a large-scale cafe known for its variety of Korean-style baked goods. Verb Vinyl LP Bar was another place that we visited while in Incheon, a relaxing bar that takes in your song requests. Time flew by very quickly here, and the next moment I realized I was already on my way to eating Gamjatang. I don't know if it was the late night cravings kicking in, but I remember that this Gamjatang was so satisfying to eat. Another restaurant I keep thinking of is Buamgalbi. It's known for its grilled pork ribs, and I'm getting hungry as I'm editing this vlog. The pork itself was crisp yet tender and tasted very good when paired with the grilled peppers, and Incheon's famous Gyeongro lager beer. The egg rolls cooked over the grill was delicious, and we ordered seconds. And that rice with a slightly crisp bottom was a perfect punch of flavors that I don't think I've tried anywhere else yet. In the morning, I had koul sundae-guk, which serves Korean blood sausage soup or sundae-gukbap, a warm, hearty meal that's perfect for colder or rainy days. Although I've had 닭갈비 several times, for some reason I've never had it in Korea before. The perilla leaves they put in made the 닭갈비 and fried rice more refreshing than the ones I've had in the past. This restaurant is also famous for its seafood and scorched rice stew, which I'd love to try in the future. Another dish I tried for the first time was this boneless duck dish. You'll have to wait about 20 minutes for the duck to cook, stirring occasionally to prevent the bottom from burning. The sauce will slowly thicken, and what you'll end up with is a sweet, savory, and spicy duck paired with chewy tteok and tender potatoes. Also be sure to order the fried rice. The garlic chives they mixed in went so well with the rice that I couldn't stop eating, even if I was full. A 2-minute drive away from Pengori Nongjang was Hey the Green, a spacious pet-friendly cafe I spent my afternoon at. Another dish I tried for the first time was stir-fried gopchang with vegetables and glass noodles. The sauce covers up most of the distinct flavor and smell that you get with the gopchang, while still getting that iconic chewy texture. So it's a good option for those that would like to try gopchang but find its smell or flavor too strong. As we left, I was drawn into the frozen beer at the pub opposite and had this with the twigim chuipo, a deep-fried dried fish jerky that was insanely addictive to snack on. This is another seafood kalguksu place that was really good. What I liked about this place, though, was the barley rice mixed with kimchi and the stuffing-filled mandu. After watching the Korean drama, Moving, we were craving for tonkatsu. This place serves Korean-style pork cutlet, which is larger and thinner in appearance than the Japanese tonkatsu. Another dish I remember from this place was the stir-fried seafood udon, which came with a charred, toasty aroma. Last but not least was Stella Rose Garden, a homey cafe nearby that has a stunning flower garden. This photogenic cafe is definitely worth a visit throughout all seasons.